Welcome back to another episode of TubeTalk.
It is wonderful to have you back presenting, Kate, and have you back into a nice rhythm.
Thank you. So, let's get into it. So last week we had 4 really great wins.
We did, it was a super one. Super week.
Super week. But first you want to talk about another horse.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the super week. So I want to talk about a horse that we've got a single 5% share left in.
Ooh.
So it's nearly sold out. It's a Sacred Falls Honolulu filly. It's trained by Stephen McKee. And I want to talk about her because she's got a half-brother that won a stakes race 4 weeks ago. And then he raced again last weekend and he won the MJC 30th Anniversary Cup and he bolted it by nearly 3 lengths. He looks really, really good. It's called Sacred Capital. He's won 3 of his last 4 starts, run second in the other one. So her value keeps going up, up, up. So it's a really, really good opportunity.
Get in while you can.
Yeah, she's got a lot of residual value. So it's a really good opportunity and that's why there's only 5% left. So if you are interested, have a look on the website, give me a call. I don't think it'll last long.
Okay. So let's get into last week. So as I mentioned, we had 4 amazing wins. First with Passing Shot last Wednesday.
Yeah, that we talked about last week briefly, but it just started off the week and within the 7 days we had 4 wins and I was still buzzing about it. His 11th win. First horse we've ever had to win 11 races. As I say, we've had a lot when we've had 3 others, North and South, Pycock Fly, Silkery Box win 10, but the first 2 won 11. So it was just a very emotional win.
Oh, great. We also had on Thursday Deals Done. Wow,
yeah, Deal's Done. So really promising horse heading towards a derby. Only his second start. He was second first up. He won. Had to be very good. He had to come from last. Had to make up probably 10 lengths, and he got up in the last stride. And he will go to Tiara next week, and then he'll go to a Group 3 at Manawatu for 3-year-olds end of the month, and we will be definitely looking at derbies for him in Australia.
Cool. And we also had Maktoum who ran on Saturday.
Superb horse. He won on Saturday, fresh up, over a distance short of his best, 1200 metres. Continued his amazing sectionals, ran 33.65 his last 600, which he consistently runs sub 34 second sectionals. He only won narrowly, but Sam Spratzy got to the front and buttoned off, and he said he actually had a couple of lengths up his sleeve. So he's a pretty smart horse, and he'll be heading to Australia next month.
Then on Wednesday we also had Titanium Jack.
And he won. He came from last as well. Paid $23.
Yeah.
His start before he ran second, he was paying $62.
Wow.
And it was a super win. He sat back last, hooked out. It was a big field of 16 horses over 1,200 metres and buried them. So he'll go to a 65 1,400 with $22,500 on the 23rd of March, and he'll be hard to beat again. So really, really good week.
Then we have 2 other noticeable runs. Repose Repeater who ran second.
Yeah, Repose Repeater, another second for him. He shot clear, looked the winner, and was probably just too far out in front and just knocked up a bit and got nailed on the line. And a $50,000 race. It was a really, really good run. He goes, he'll race next at Tauranga. He is so close to winning that horse.
Then we had Has a Halo who resumed on Saturday.
Yeah, a big one to talk about. Our Group 1 winner, she was fresh up for nearly a year, over 1,200 metres. Her last race was 2,400. She sat last, stormed home. She ran her last 632.77 seconds. The fastest last 600 at Ellerslie of any horse racing on Derby Day. So she's back and she's flying. So she will go to Tauranga on the 23rd for fillies and mares rating A2 1300, and then she'll probably go to the Group 1 Breeders' Stakes, but she's back.
Awesome. Now let's get into next week. So next Wednesday at Warwick Farm we have Rakik.
So yes, we don't have any runners this weekend. We had a lot last week and we've got a lot next 2 weeks following, including Group 1 runners, hopefully winners in the New Zealand Oaks, but nothing this weekend. So yeah, it's Warwick Farm next Wednesday as our first runner.
Cool.
And who was the first one you want to talk about?
Pardon?
Who was the first horse that you wanted to talk about at Warwick Farm? Do you want to talk about Rakik or do you want to talk about Sir Pippin?
Let's talk about Sir Pippin.
So Sir Pippin was one of the horses that we bought in Europe in October, and he's over, and he will run either at Warwick Farm next Wednesday over 1600 metres. He's had a couple of trials, trialled well, he goes really good, we're really happy with him. It's a $50,000 race, or he may go to Yarra Valley next Sunday for a $40,000 race over 1500 metres, which will be slightly easier. We're just working out which way he goes. He has won at 2400 metres a couple of times in the UK, so he should be hitting the line hard, but may need more ground.
Then we have Rakik.
Yes, so Rakik, he trialled on Thursday. Super trial, really happy with him. He's come back really, really well, this horse. He'll go to Warwick Farm, he'll run a blind to fresh up. He'll run really, really well. I think he's a better horse this time around. He's already won about 180 grand in the last sort of 12 months, but I think he's a better horse. And I think he can be very competitive. While he is a 2,000 metre horse, I think he'll be very competitive over 1600. Really looking forward to him going around at Warwick Farm. Fields for that will be out after the weekend.
Cool. Now it's time for Bet of the Week.
And we need to improve, because our bets of the week haven't been going great.
Hopefully this week will be better. So at Ellerslie in race 8 we have Vinderdance.
We do in the Bone Crusher Stakes. I've gone for, it's a fantastic field. It's a genuine Group 1 field. But it's quite a difficult race to pick, and I think there's a few things here. You've got Melody Bell, who has won 4 Group 1s this season, who's flying, but it's her first start at 2,000 metres, so there's a little risk there. Dance is an exceptional horse, but most of her form is on tracks that have got a bit of give in them, and she strikes a hard track. Her last start on a firm track, she didn't finish it off. So I think if it was a wet track, she'd be my pick, but I think on a firm track, I think there's question marks. You've got Consensus, who's Group 1 winner. She's an outstanding horse. But Vinderdance won the Derby last year. He's back in form. He won the Manamac Cup, over 2,000 metres last start. He was 3 wide for the last 1,200 metres. He was tough. He's on the way back up. He's hard. He's a very, very good horse, and I think he's slightly forgotten. And I think Vinderdance is a really, really good each-way bet in the Group 1 Bone Crusher Stakes on Saturday.
Awesome. So
that's
TubeTalk for this week.
It is, and we shall see you next week, Kate. Thank you.
Bye.
Castletown's giving a sight here. Castletown ranged up to Newbury Star. Placido between them. Starring is now starting to run on, but he's hit the front. Castletown. He's a length clear on Placido. Torbo late, but it's Castletown